Welcome to Yaka Digital Network videos. When we look at a modern city, it is difficult to accurately capture the stark contrast between those who hold power and those who perform the physical labor. How do we document that massive social gap in a way that forces people to pay attention? A well-crafted poem functions as a carefully engineered machine, built specifically to expose the societal divides we might otherwise ignore. To understand how this works, we perform a technique audit. This blueprint animation breaks down the components of a poem, showing us the specific tools a writer uses, devices like similes, metaphors, symbolism, imagery, irony, alliteration, and rhythm. By learning to identify these structural parts, we can read right through the abstract language. We learn how to pull the machine apart and see exactly how the poet turns a few stanzas into a sharp, actionable critique of society. Our target for this audit is the famous East African poem, Building the Nation, by Henry Barlow. When we talk about a developing capital, we usually imagine grand ideas of progress and infrastructure. But Barlow shrinks that massive idea down into a single car ride. He gives us two opposing characters, a high-ranking permanent secretary and his ordinary working-class driver. The narrative runs on a clear paradox. The official claims the grand public title of a nation builder, yet the driver is the only one actually sweating and enduring physical labor. The poem gives us a study in class division. Our job now is to audit the text and find the exact literary techniques Barlow uses to prove that the disparity between these two men exists. We start our audit with the permanent secretary. In the opening lines, Barlow describes this powerful bureaucrat consuming a highly indulgent, heavy lunch. This split-screen diagram highlights irony. On the left, building the nation implies self-sacrifice. On the right, the reality shows the official prioritizing personal comfort over duty. Shifting focus, the heavy lunch acts as symbolism, representing greed, corruption, and a lack of social awareness. By combining irony with this potent symbol, Barlow exposes the hypocrisy of leadership. He preaches national development while remaining completely disconnected from the hungry staff waiting outside. These two techniques provide the structural evidence we need. They show that the secretary is building his own stomach rather than developing his country. Now we shift our audit to the driver. He is left outside in the harsh elements, much like ordinary laborers performing grueling tasks without recognition. Barlow uses precise imagery, relying on descriptive language that forces the reader to feel the driver's physical pain, extreme hunger, and exhaustion. Watch this sound wave graphic track the language itself. By using alliteration, repeating specific consonant sounds, and establishing a heavy, steady rhythm, the poet mimics the repetitive, exhausting reality of the driver's duties. The words physically drag, just like the tired worker. This creates a sharp sensory contrast. The reader experiences the dull pain of the driver immediately after reading about the plush, satisfied comfort of the secretary. Rhythm, imagery, and alliteration serve as the poem's load-bearing walls, making the sensory gap between classes feel immediate and undeniable. Stepping back from our technical audit gives us the complete picture. We move from analyzing words on a page to understanding social reality. Barlow's poem operates as a critical mirror to post-colonial society. It forces citizens to look past official parades and confront uncomfortable truths about their leaders. Analyzing literature trains us to read the world around us. It teaches us that a true nation builder is defined by empathy and tangible action, not by a fancy suit or an official government title. Now it is your turn to apply these ideas. Take a look at the Senior 3 Activity of Integration prompt on screen. If you were the permanent secretary in this poem, how would you handle the journey and the lunch break? Write a brief 150-word reflection answering that question. Make sure to clearly identify and apply core values like integrity, empathy, and responsibility, explaining why those traits are essential for a leader in your community today. Keep practicing your technique audits. You can watch more videos for all classes right here and get all course content at www.yaka.cc.